Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to today's video. So today we've got a little vlog from the Classic at Pismo Beach 2026. The Classic at Pismo Beach is definitely one of my most favorite car events of the year, and if you haven't went to it, I would definitely recommend it. I decided to film some of my favorite cars from the event, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first car of the day was this blue Z28 Camaro right here. Very beautiful car, very good condition inside and out. There was actually a good amount of Camaros at this year's show, but this was personally one of my favorite ones. I think the blue was really beautiful. And this was just one of the cars that was up on the pier. The show is like a little bit of a mix of locations, you could say. There's a good amount of cars on the actual Pismo Beach pier, and then there's cars in the parking lot and along the street. There's a whole lot of cars to look at, and so here was just another example of the cars that were at the show. This was a Chevrolet, I don't even know what this is, I believe Impala, very nice. And then here are some even more Camaros right here. This one is a red Camaro. Not sure if this one was a Z28, but this one obviously had some work done to the engine. Very nice, great rim selection on this one. Interior was very nice as well. And then in the trunk, I'm not too sure what was going on, but there was obviously some stuff done back here. Very cool, very nice to look at. Good attention to detail on this one. Then we had a motorcycle here, and I don't really care too much for motorcycles, but the fact that this one was like on a spinning display was pretty cool, so I decided to go ahead and film this one right here. Then we had a red Chevrolet C10 truck. Honestly, I'm really not all that much into trucks, but you know, some of them do catch my attention every now and then. So I believe this is a C10, but I'm really not too sure. Again, I'm not that big of a truck guy, but this truck was really nice. Interior was really nice, paint was nice, wheels were nice. Pretty much everything on this truck was almost perfect, and I really couldn't find any flaws on it anywhere. And up next is yet another Chevrolet Camaro. As I stated before, there was a good amount of Camaros at this year's show for whatever reason. I think there was definitely more Camaros than last year, but this was just another example of a very, very nice Camaro. Then we had a blue Chevelle, and I decided to film this one because I really thought the paint on this one was really beautiful. I mean, one of the main things I look for when it comes to these show cars, or you know, any show I go to, whether it's classic or imports, I really like to look at the paint. And I mean, the paint on that Chevelle was just absolutely gorgeous. And the paint was also gorgeous here on this Shelby Cobra right here. Looks like it has a 5.0 swap, which is definitely cool. You don't really see that every day, and so I thought it was a pretty cool car to film. Great paint scheme, and this was surprisingly the only Shelby Cobra in the entire show, so I thought it was definitely worth filming. Before we continue with today's video, huge shout out to today's sponsor, Mangoal Dashcams. If you've been thinking about getting a dash cam but hate those bulky setups with wires hanging everywhere, Mangoal does something really different. Their dash cams are designed to look OEM, meaning they blend right into your car like a factory installed system. Super clean look, easy installation, and they make custom fit models for a ton of different vehicles. You're also getting solid features like 4K recording, loop recording, Wi-Fi connectivity, parking monitoring, and app support so you can easily access footage from your phone. Whether you want extra security on the road, protection in case of accidents, or just peace of mind while driving, it's honestly a really nice setup. So if you want to upgrade your car with a cleaner and smarter dashcam system, definitely go check out Mangoal Dashcams and show them some love for supporting the channel. Up next was this sort of rusty looking car that was dumped to the floor. I believe it's a Chevrolet, but I really don't know what make and model it was, so perhaps if some of you guys know what it is, let me know down in the comments below. But this thing was absolutely, dumped to the ground. I don't know if they intentionally wanted to make the car look like it was rough around the edges, but as you guys can see, there was like welded on pieces of sheet metal. It's a very nice car, but I think it would look a whole lot better with a nice paint job. Up next we have a Plymouth Barracuda, if I'm not mistaken, but this car was really nice, really beautiful interior. The paint was pretty nice as well. Engine bay was pristine, really nice car, and I don't think I had ever seen one of these ever before in person. Up Up next, we had a blue Dodge Dart on some aftermarket rims. I'm not too sure what they were. I want to say they were like American racing rims, but they look nice on the car regardless. My favorite thing about this car was probably the paint. I thought the paint was really nice. It's really nice to see a car that has like no paint imperfections, no runs in the paint, no drips, no chips, no nothing. And so this was just another one of those examples. Up next was a green Chevrolet Camaro convertible. Now, the paint on this car was also really nice. However, I don't know if this green color right here was a factory color. If it is, that's definitely cool. Not my preference in color, but really nice paint nonetheless. Then we had this really cool like trailer setup sort of thing right here. So it was like a dumped like classic Chevrolet truck with like a cartoon livery sort of design, paint scheme on it. I don't know if it's paint or wrap. I want to say it's paint. I'm really not too sure, but this thing was pretty sick. And here we had some more classic Chevrolet trucks, and for this next clip, I'll just shut up so you guys can enjoy the trucks. And as we made our way up the street, we ran into some more cool cars just like this one right here. This blue was like a little bit of a different shade of blue, as you can tell. I'd say it's more of like a baby blue in my opinion, but paint was really nice on this car as well, or truck I guess. And then here we had a, I want to say this was a Chevrolet Nova drag car. And it's really cool when you can see cars like these that are fully, done when it comes to like, being a race car. They got the full roll cage, the big slicks in the back, and the built motor and everything. But the owners actually take the time to also make sure that the car looks really nice from the outside as well. And this next car is another perfect example of that. They put money and effort into making the cars fast, obviously, but they also put time and effort into making sure that the cars look aesthetically pleasing as well. Both of these last cars that you guys saw, they're fully built drag cars, but they also could be show cars because, they're perfect. They look really nice. The paint's immaculate, engine bay is immaculate, the interior is perfect. It's really a work of art. And this is coming from somebody who really isn't even all that much into classic cars, but you just gotta admire the time and dedication that goes into all these cars right here. And so here we were looking at another Z28 Camaro like the one we saw at the beginning of the video, but this one had a little bit more modifications done to it, as you guys can see. Up next we had this car that looks like it was based off of a Ford GT, but I don't believe it's a Ford GT. I believe it's more of like a kit car sort of thing. I'm really not all too sure, but I believe it was called a Panther. This car was actually one of the main cars of last year's show. It was at the Meguiar's booth, I believe, but this year it was a little bit farther away down the street. And this thing is a pretty insane car. I believe it has an LS, but you guys can see everything that's going on over here in the back of the car where the engine and transmission are. Just the attention to detail on this car is crazy. It's a super sick build. Not too sure what it is, but it's really cool. Up next we had a blue Chevelle right here. I thought the paint color on this car was really beautiful as well. I said blue, but really it's more of like a pearl sort of paint color, so really nice. Chevelle SS aftermarket rims. Looks like it's maybe LS swapped, I want to say. Don't know if that's a 5.3 or a 6.0, but it obviously has some work done to it. Really sick car. Really beautiful paint. The interior on this car was pretty nice as well. I really liked the white seats. Overall, just a really clean Chevelle, and probably my most favorite Chevelle of the entire show. And up next we had like this super crazy OBS Chevy, which had a LS in it, but the LS was tucked like all the way damn near under the dash of the truck. So I don't even know what was going on there. And then the interior of the truck was like super modified and crazy looking as well, as was the rear of the truck. I don't know what kind of build this is, or if it's supposed to be like a drift truck or or what it's necessarily supposed to be or what it's necessarily used for, but I mean the truck all around was just pretty crazy looking, really sick truck. The livery was pretty cool as well. To me it looks like it's a drift truck, but I'm really not too sure. Lastly, we had this Buick Riviera lowrider, and I'm really not that big on lowriders, but I decided to film this one because I believe this was one of the rare times that I've seen a Buick Riviera, if not maybe the first time actually, now that I think of it. But yeah, Riviera lowrider, really nice. And so that was pretty much a little recap of the Classic at Pismo Beach 2026. Really nice show. Again, if you guys haven't went, I think you definitely should. Thank you guys for watching this week's video, and here's a little montage of some of the pictures I took at the show. See you guys next week.